As we all know, Dragon's Dogma 2 is releasing on March 22nd, which is just shy of 3 weeks from today. And we have some new details to cover here in this video. Starting off, it looks like the demo might be closing in, as we do have a new entry from SteamDB from about 5 days ago. On the 27th of February, they did release the Dragon's Dogma 2 EULA, but also there was an update to this Steam sub package. If you've been following along on this channel, then you would know that we've been covering SteamDB for a little bit, and we have a video suggesting that the demo may be confirmed as coming out soon from this sub entry 958296. As of about 5 days ago, we did receive an update to this sub ID, and it appears that in the change list we have that the United Arab Emirates has been restricted from this specific package. Now, restricting certain countries for certain releases is not anything new, especially if Dragon's Dogma 2 is violating any laws in that country, and it appears that with this update, the demo might be getting close to a final release. As with the EULA and also this restriction, it appears that Dragon's Dogma 2 is finalizing all of the legal paperwork that needs to happen before a release of its product. And with the release of Dragon's Dogma 2 coming up on the 22nd of March, it would not surprise me if the demo releases sometime this next weekend, say between March 6th and March 8th for the weekend. If you've been following very closely in the Dragon's Dogma 2 community, then you would know that there have been some hints dropped towards a demo release, and while I will not reveal my sources, it does appear that one may indeed be on the horizon very soon. And as mentioned previously on this channel, this would be in line with Capcom's other recent releases such as Resident Evil 4 Remake and also Street Fighter 6. And lastly, I have to put up a spoiler warning because we are going to go over the ESRB rating of Dragon's Dogma 2. Officially, Dragon's Dogma 2 is rated M for mature 17+, with the categories of blood and gore, language, sexual themes, and violence in the game. There of course will also be limited user interaction with the pawn system, but also in-game purchases, which could be anywhere from cosmetics all the way up to collectible resources such as rift crystals. Before we get into the rating summary, I want to reiterate that this is a spoiler warning because the rating summary does have a few details in here that may reveal some aspects about the story. Starting out, we already knew that the Dragon's Dogma 2 protagonist, the Arisen, will have amnesia to start out, so as we progress through the story, we will need to escape prison and then try to recall our past to then save the world from the dragon. Lower down, we get some details about weapons such as swords, spears, arrows, and magic spells that we'll use to unalive certain enemies. The specific word of spears could mean a lot of things. It's possible that a duo blade could also be seen as a twin spear or a twin blade to be more specific. And while it's possible that this is mistaken for a regular spear, there have also been images circulating with guards with spears in general. So it's possible that this rating summary has uncovered a potential new vocation that we don't yet know about. Next, we get a few story details, including the fact that the Arisen will in slow motion be decapitating a gorgon and using its head later on as a weapon, which is reminiscent of the movie Clash of the Titans. So not only will we be using regular vocation weapons as was present in Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, but it appears that we'll also be using different abilities obtained from different monsters that we face as well. And of course, it's currently unknown if this will be a one-time story usage or if this will be a repeatable weapon that we can use more than once. We also get a look at what the sexual themes of the game could entail. It appears that we can interact with prostitutes, including paying for services, and even a brief description of what appears to be a sex scene, which details the Arisen in underwear along with the prostitute and rolling around and kissing in bed. The first thing that comes to mind whenever this is depicted is certain scenes in The Witcher 3 where you can obviously partake in these practices and also romance certain characters, and details revealed from Itsuno seem to indicate that you can actually have love triangles or even more complicated situations as you navigate through the game's story. He also mentions that some characters may even fight over for you for your affection, and I can see this getting out of hand really fast. So now that we know that potential sexual acts are in play, this could get very spicy indeed. And for those of you that are curious, this might also confirm the existence of a certain armor set that you could find in Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, so we have that to look forward to as well. We of course have a confirmation that 2 monsters are shown with bare breasts with no discernible details. The 2 monsters in question would be harpies and of course the Sphinx, and the word appears in the game as well. So with all of these details revealed, we seem to have a pretty clear grasp on what Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to look like in its final release, and we can be quite reassured that this game appears to be the final vision that Itsuno had for the first game that he wasn't able to realize. We already have a lot of cut content from Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen appearing in Dragon's Dogma 2, and I'm excited to see what else we will have. So with that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you again real soon.